Hello, good morning. Bit of an overcast day today. Monday, start of the week. I'll probably open my thought for the day with a comment. I have got, that I know of, 4 sons. Had to think for a moment. 4 sons and a daughter. My eldest is in his early 50s. My youngest is in his late 30s. One of my sons I speak with regularly. He sends me messages, I send him messages, and we often spend quite some time talking on the phone about all kinds of things. My other son, one of them, carries out the niceties occasionally, and the other 2 sons, I rarely hear from them. And my daughter, the last time I saw her was at my son's wedding some nearly 20 years ago, and she's almost 40. She has 3 sons and a daughter. I have to struggle to remember their names. But when I went to the wedding, my grandson's granddaughter was too young. Used to sit beside me while I was serving drinks behind the bar. I had a purpose. And they were astounded that I was their granddad and spent hours talking to me. And I could see my daughter looking over with maybe a sign of frustration that her sons were not by her side but by her father's side. My daughter would pass me during the wedding reception, feet away, literally, almost rubbing shoulders, and I would say hello, and I get nothing back. What did I do wrong? That's what we ask ourselves. What did we do wrong? We brought them into this world. We hold them dearly to our hearts, all of them. But they're so busy in their own little lives that we become forgotten, surplus to their requirements somewhat. Why is it that one continues that affection, the love, the concern for their dad, and the others don't? How many of us have asked that question? I'm sure there's many. As we get older, of course, we'll experience in the West, especially because that's usually where they are, we'll go round and see them in their new apartment or their new house, show excitement at their new purchase, their new beginning. And we'll be invited maybe in a month's time for a Sunday meal when they've got themselves sorted out. And then 6 months later, maybe again for the christening, maybe of their daughter or son, your granddaughter, your grandson. But after that, they're on that wheel where life passes them by if they don't jump straight back on. Where we're in that misty area of, oh well, that's mum and dad. We only need to go there once in a while to see if they're still ticking. How many of you carry that guilt that you come to the Philippines and you started living for yourself, decided that you're now the number one person. It doesn't mean you have to leave them behind. Physically, yes, but we have modern technology, something that they spend their life on. Computers, telephones, Skype, Teams, whatever they're called. And they're always quick to send messages to their friends. But have you noticed how you might wait a few hours, maybe a few days before you get a reply? Out of sight, out of mind. Guys, this is not a story of regret. It's not a story of despair. It's just a story of fact. We come to the Philippines. Why do we come? To start again. To give ourselves that last hurrah. A chance to be happy for the last decade, maybe, of our lives. It's not a time to feel sad that you're not with them anymore. After all, did they really care that you were leaving? If, of course, you said you're going off for a young lady that's maybe the age of their daughter. Maybe you've heard those comments. You've got to be crazy, Dad. Why on earth are you leaving us behind for that? They're only trying to make you feel guilty because they want you on tap. But you don't need to be on tap. You don't need to be there for them anymore. They've shown their true colours. They're too busy in their own lives. Again, it's not anger, it's not annoyance. And I'm sure some of you will say, oh, I'm in touch with my daughter every day, or my son, and they truly love me. Do they? Or are they waiting for that final cash handout? The inheritance of that lovely shiny Bentley outside, or Maserati. A limited edition that's worth millions now. Get your priorities straight. If you want to look after yourself, search for the area in your life where people notice you now, where you are someone, where you command respect. Often people say you earn respect, but as far as parents are, we command respect. After all, they didn't ask to come into the world. You chose to make them. You sacrificed everything for them. They're now on their road, hopefully, to success and a good future. But without your guidance, your love and help, I'm sure they wouldn't be where they really are now. So stop feeling guilty about leaving those behind. You can always save up, go back and have a surprise visit. And it will be a surprise to them because they thought, oh well, don't have to worry about Dad anymore. He's living in the Philippines. Give them a surprise one day. Rock up. Hello, coffee? See their face. That's worth $1 million. Especially when they say, where are you staying, Dad? When it should have been, I have a spare room. How long are you staying? You're welcome anytime. Bye now.